Hey everybody, it's Margo here at My Favorite Quilt Store, and Sue has joined us today because she has finished her Solar Flare Quilt. She's been part of the sew along all along as she works here at the store, and she goes, I need a backing for this quilt. So I said, hey, well, we come on down and we'll look for something. So so you started looking first to see like what colors you were thinking.
Right, and I saw on the one that Tula showed, she used the old Pinkerville.
Backing.
That gave me the idea that I really wanted to soften up all the angles. So I wanted to use flowers or something softer.
So you were in the Moda section of the store and you had found these two, which have the same colors in them, but after looking at them with the quilt.
Too light, too dark.
So she pulled these out, not having the quilt in front of her, and said maybe these would be the first ones that I would think about. And that's right. When we got
on the right color page.
Right,
but,
you're on the right color page because and you know, and they both be perfectly fine because they're on the right color page. But it wasn't what the look that she wanted to achieve for the back was. So Tula's had like an all over soft print on it that was pink, and so that's why she pulled this one. And then this one had more of a florally feel, which we had talked about. A floral or a design that had more intricacy to it would be good for this.
Right.
So let's put those aside and look at some other ones. So this one was one of the ones I had pulled at one point in time to put on the back.
And I like that.
Was thinking about it because
I just did a quilt with a hexie back.
Yeah.
I can't think of the color that I used, but I didn't want to go again with this. This is beautiful, but I didn't want to do another quilt with the same back.
So I thought this would match really well because it does have the light pink. It gives you the light perspective of it, but it also has like the full color spectrum of everything that's in the front. So I thought this one would go nicely on the back if this is what you were looking for.
Yep.
Everybody has their personal preference on what they're looking for their backing.
Yep.
So then I said, oh, you know, we've got that new Parisville line in, and let's see, because she uses a lot of the same colors in all of her lines. And this is one we were talking about because it definitely has all of the colors in it, and it's circular, so it gives you a totally different look on the back.
Yep.
And it would be really cool. This would make a nice backing. And she looked at it and she goes, well, I like it, but it's not it yet. And I said, hey, it's not it yet. Then we're going to keep looking. Yeah. If it's not it yet, we're going to keep looking. So I said, this was one of the ones that I looked at when I was auditioning mine and said, I thought this would be the perfect backing. And this is Parisville Damask.
Yep.
And it's got a large overall floral in it that
has all the colors.
Beautiful. It's got all the colors. It's kind of got the hexy feel because they're actually made out of small hexagons, but it gives you a all over floral.
Yeah, I mean, when I was cutting this, I saw this as it was all like cross stitching.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. But then once you laid it out on here and I saw that it picked up all the darker colors and not the lighter colors that those picked up, I was like, yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm sold.
I think this is it. So this is the one you've chosen.
That is the one I've chosen.
This is the one she's chosen here at the end. The other thing that we were talking about,
we're gonna make a couple changes.
Gonna make a couple of changes around the outside. Is that with this border around the outside?
Yeah, this block right here. When you look at it from far away, the
really
border
pops.
bleeds into the inner border bleeds into the outer border.
Yeah, and so the other thing that I was thinking when I did mine, I did not use that particular color in mine. I made my border slightly different, which I showed on the last video for Solar Flare. I made my border slightly bigger and eliminated that particular piece of the thing, so you get the full color all the way around. And so what we were talking about is because that draws your eye all the way through and it's not consistent over here too, it gives it kind of a offset, which we weren't 100% liking in a picture that she took a picture of it. And so you can tell when you
see so much more when you look at
right when you look through a picture. So what I had suggested to her was that this one, because I'd chosen it for backing, I knew how good it would mix in right there, and she needs a light pink. So we've talked about taking this particular
Yeah,
fabric
I think I'm gonna kind of fussy cut
and fussy cut.
some of the colors and put one in
Exactly,
over there
because
and one in
you know
over
what,
there.
you could do it with the blues and the greens
'Cause
so
it'll
that it
go
matched
to the-
to that side, and you could fussy cut like right in this section,
Mhm.
and it would go perfectly in
And
that.
then in that one, I'd pick
This
that area
exactly,
right there.
exactly. So she could use this, and then she's gonna get these nice, and that's what Reese and I kept talking about on the last time we did this. You get this square, you've got this
Then-
square, you've got
Yep.
this square, you've got this square.
And then we're gonna do
So
our
to
last square.
frame it, I really feel like using
We're gonna
this
do
as the
that
binding
as the binding.
will really finish it off and give it. It's going to be a different look than the regular, than the other
But
solar
it's
flares.
so that's what you see. It graduates.
It graduates
out.
out. So I think
yeah.
this is, for me, this is the obvious choice that I'm going to use in mine. So Tula used a stripe border on hers
Yes.
that she did a.
That's not even in here anywhere.
no, it's not in there at all.
It's the tent stripe.
Tent stripe,
yeah.
and she did it on the bias.
Mhm.
So it rolls around and creates a whole nother illusion, in my opinion,
Yeah, a whole
to
different
the
look, yeah.
to this quilt. So I wasn't thrilled for me and what I'm trying to accomplish in my quilt. So I thought I'm going to change mine to this. And we're talking to Sue today and saying if you take that one out, you could easily use this one as the binding. She may not have used it because it came all the way out into this border.
Yeah, yeah, she didn't.
And
yeah.
so you didn't want to use it as the binding too, again, because there is a little bit of this left over in your kit when you're done
Yes.
from the kit, and you could probably buy like a half a yard
did
and get
buy
the
a half a
whole
yard.
and get the whole thing cut out of that. Because I noticed that from when I did, I looked at it and said, oh, I need maybe another half yard of this, and I can easily make my binding out of it.
I actually.
And
there's
that's
a
going to be
left.
beautiful
Yes,
with
it
that
works
on the
with that.
on the background as the backing of it. So that'll make another just beautiful side to the quilt.
I'm excited. This
So,
is beyond
and
my
it's-
comfort level.
And it's coming to an end.
It came out
Hallelujah.
very, very
So
nicely.
Sue was the one, she showed you how to do this quilt with freezer paper.
With
You did a
freezer
demo
paper.
of that, of tracing it onto freezer
I
paper.
didn't have to rip
And
any
do it, so she didn't
papers.
have to rip any paper, so she's got no paper in any of her seams back here, which does make it go a lot faster.
Mhm.
But you do definitely have to be accurate when
Well,
you're.
and I left them on until I started stitching the block. I actually left them on until I trimmed the blocks down,
Okay.
and then you just peel it off.
Right.
I mean, it's barely stuck
Stuck
off
to
with
it.
the wax.
Right.
But you know, you have to handle these so gently so they don't stretch.
Right, because everything's a bias seam on this, so you got to be very, very careful when you're doing it, and not to put too much steam on it, not press up and down, not run
Yes.
across it with your iron.
I used a dry iron,
Iron, right.
the whole time until I
Yeah.
got totally done, and then I just steamed it flat.
Flat.
And I will tell
exactly.
you, I have one extra block at my house because one of these, it was supposed to be a mirror. I got it backwards, so I have a little token hanging on
of
my
your
wall.
of the quilt that you
Yes.
had. So you made five of one
Yes.
one block instead of only four of
Yes,
one block.
you do four and
Well,
then four
that's
of them.
why I told everyone that need to make sure and number them. So like block 2.
Well,
one,
and it
block
was
2,
funny
3.
when you said that because you flip it over and I was making it and I thought I was making whatever that third, so maybe it's 3, 4, and 5, I
Yep.
think, or in the, and I thought, oh, I'm making block 4, and I laid them all out. I said, oh, you made block 5.
Yeah.
So then I went back and made block 4.
Okay, well that works too, because
Yeah.
now you got a little. You
Hey,
can
thanks
actually.
for this for that guide where we
Yeah.
had the fabric all
Yeah.
numbered.
So you could actually use it on the back as your
I could.
put your label
Yep.
in the middle of it,
Put my
and
label in
then
the middle of
sew
it.
it on the back of it. It would be beautiful on the back too.
Mhm.
Or you can just have it as a souvenir, as an extra block.
It's hanging there going, do something with me.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate you coming by and showing your quilt. I hope this helps you learn how to pick out a backing for a quilt. We know a lot of people
Yeah,
are doing
you
this
really
so
have to
long,
audition
but you
them.
really need to audition them. And if it's in the quilt, a lot of times it's easy to put on the back if it's from the collection. But if you want to do something that's outside the collection, usually you do have to audition them,
Which, you know, this morning I spent time
right?
going through some of our kits.
Yes.
taking the kits and walking around and auditioning fabric.
Right, because
For
now
backing suggestions.
we do have a new thing that's called view backing ideas, or view the back selections of backing, and we'll give you 3 to 5 choices of backings that we have in stock that would be enough backing to go with the quilt, and we are curating those specifically to each quilt kit.
Yes, yes.
It's not just some random thing that we're doing, but we're curating them to each quilt kit to make sure that it's either in the line or it's something that would definitely look
Yeah,
good
I walked along
with the fabric.
and put the bolts up because I was auditioning backings basically as if it was my own quilt.
Right,
So,
right, exactly. So take a look at that new feature. It's on the kit page. It's under the add to cart button. You can click there, and it's a one click to add the backing that you need for the quilt to your cart.
and let us know if you like what I picked.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of them. We got
Yeah.
300 quilts to do, so we have a lot to pick backings on. So anyway, we hope y'all have a great day, and thanks for joining us. Happy sewing.
Bye.